Do you know? Has anyone seen the kids' film Up? Right, you know the little old man with the glasses on. I swear to you, we were playing away at Sunderland, and a live human version of the man in Up was there.
Hello, ladies and blokes, and welcome back to the Utter Bloke Nonsense podcast. I am Rabbit.
I'm JJ.
And we are the American FPL podcast from the other side of the pond. We are American FPL fans hoping to bring a different perspective and sense of humor to the game we all love, Fantasy Premier League. We are streaming on Playback. We post on YouTube and Spotify. Please like, subscribe, all that good stuff. We would love your support. And like I said in the last episode, I think we've been earning it. The streets, they have our respect. Okay? Like, how many content creators, FPL content creators know? Both of them in the top million. You're still in the top million though, right?
Yeah, no, I am.
Okay.
I am.
Okay.
Yeah. Fell off a little bit this week, but not that
it was
far.
like a little uneventful, like compared to the last week with the massive gains I think both of us made. But yeah, of course we'll be talking about the weekend that just passed and looking forward past the international break, any potential moves, any wider reflections on the season so far, and really just sort of assessing big picture how some teams are performing or underperforming compared to our initial expectations, really. So we can hop right into it. JJ, how was your week?
Yeah. Oh, I'm looking at the price rankings right now and an ad. Okay, I need to get an ad blocker. But no. My week was a little bit disappointing, I will say. I honestly feel like for a 9-point green arrow or red arrow, which is what I had, 63 points, 9-point red arrow. Considering that those were my stats, I honestly didn't feel that bad about it. I think I feel pretty good about where my team is at right now. And I think the main thing that was really holding me back was just that I don't have as many Arsenal or Newcastle assets, especially defensive assets, as I think a lot of the highly ranked folks do right now who wildcarded a little bit later than me or have just made some shrewd transfers. And so, yeah, with it looking at who performed well and who didn't, I mean, Arsenal defense, Haaland, Semenyo, those three, like, I'm barely getting any points gained from because everyone has those. Calafiori is the Arsenal defender who I ended up bringing in. I brought in Minte as another differential asset in my midfield, and he played really well, created a couple of good chances, but did not get any FPL points to show for it. That was a little disappointing. And then Senesi not getting DEFCONs. That's a little bit surprising, but what are you going to do? He got hooked a little early. And Cody Gakpo getting that goal. Finally, since I wildcarded, he had not given me any returns yet. So that was nice just to get a goal from him. I think I'll hang on to him because honestly, he is one of the most threatening Liverpool attackers right now. And
absolutely,
we could talk about the Liverpool attack and maybe its stagnancy later on in the pod. But as far as like that goes, I'd rather have him than like Salah or a lot of the other guys. So fine with Gakpo. I'd say the other two maybe slightly disappointing guys this week. Mateta, again, got a couple good chances, but did not score. Similarly, don't feel too bad. I mean, only playing 70 minutes, just less than 70 is not great, but I think the chances will come, especially he's on pens too, and Palace have a good attack. Gyökeres, though, as I called him, Grokeres, after the shitty Twitter AI, XApp AI, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
He is definitely on my shit list right now. He's not on pens, which is very surprising considering that Arteta literally said he was the best pen taker. I think even after the game on Saturday, he said that. but he said that Saka decides who's going to take the pens for Arsenal.
He is the captain.
Yeah, I mean, Arsenal, Arsenal pen takers, if they're not Saka, I think that you just have to say no to them at this point. Because last year there was all that weirdness where they would give like charity pens to whoever was struggling, like Kai Havertz, Odegaard, and there was like Saka would just like not take pens sometimes, even though at that point he probably was their best pen taker. And like Declan Rice even took a pen, I think. He actually has a good penalty record, but like it's random as hell. So yeah, Gyökeres. I honestly, I might just hold on to him simply just because Arsenal's fixtures are good enough where like I kind of have to expect him to score. And there are no other forwards and no really other money that I want to free up right now. I'm pretty happy with my team overall. So I'm thinking about moving him out in the next couple of weeks, I guess I'll say. Vicario had save points, but slightly disappointing to not get the clean sheet against Leeds. I am probably going to move him out to bring in Raya, as I mentioned last week. I think that Raya, as an Arsenal defensive asset, is super good, just in that Arsenal, I mean, yesterday, or on Saturday, it felt like a little bit of an outlier because actually several Arsenal defenders got DEFCONs. But they haven't been amazing for DEFCONs. There are other good DEFCON guys you can bring in. Raya, however, is just a clean sheet guy, and Arsenal, I think it's safe to say they're going to probably get the most clean sheets again. It feels like they have the surest defense right now. And so that's why I just feel good about Raya. I think he's like, no matter what the fixture is, or at least like there are maybe like a couple fixtures that you feel like maybe he won't get the clean sheet in, but he's kind of a set and forget keeper. I mean, I feel good about him, and I will feel good about the Arsenal defense double up, getting both Calafiori and him into the squad. So that's what my team is looking like. Those are my future transfer plans. Just wanted to mention also Anderson and Mukiele, that being not Elliot Anderson, Fulham Anderson. I forget his first name. Oh, Joachim Anderson. Mukiele, DEFCON monsters. Mukiele has the second most DEFCONs per 90 in the entire Premier League. And Anderson has gotten DEFCONs in every game but one or two. So awesome assets. I think like it was a tough fixture against Bournemouth, so that's why I didn't start him. Looking back at it now, I don't know if I'm going to start Matty Cash again because Villa are unpredictable and mid. But yeah, that's my game week. How are you feeling about yours, Rabbit?
Yeah, let me get my screen up. We share. Are we good?
Yes. There we go.
Beautiful.
The 0 point green.
The 0 point green arrow. The gray arrow, as we call it in the biz. I ended on 72 points. My safety score was 72, so sort of broke even this game week. Like it's like I guess it's like technically a small green arrow, but like it was okay. I did end up rocking with
crazy. That's like so minimal. I've never seen. Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, it was marginal. So I'm gonna call it a gray, and so I did end up going with 5 at the back. It did end up burning me because I guess the big story of my game week was that I had 16 or how many 18 points on the bench, which is pretty annoying. Gakpo and NDI returning. Yeah. I was really banking on a clean sheet from Palace. So Lacroix not getting the clean sheet, and I think he gave up the pen too. I wasn't watching the game, but That's
Oh
what
wow.
FootMob said, so that's a little disappointing.
Well,
Gabrielle,
they didn't. Does it? What does it say on live FBL? Because that would be a minus point. Oh, so he didn't get it in FBL, so that's good if that happens.
I don't know. I like when I watched the replay, I was like, I think they confused him. I think it was Richards, or I don't think it was Lacroix, because like I was like, he
Yeah.
looks tiny, like compared to Lacroix. So I was like,
It was an Ashley
but
Young situation or whatever that when the ref.
the Oxalate
Yeah,
Chamberlain
Oxlade
and
Chamberlain.
Gibbs.
Oh my god. Yeah,
I mean,
Gary Gibbs.
mix up the two light skinned players.
Oh, it is.
Crazy.
Yeah, they're. Yeah, it's a couple light skinned guys again. So.
Yeah. No, I mean, that was pretty embarrassing. But going back to my defense, overall, it was actually pretty good. I mean, Byrne was the big performer. He got a jammy assist to Bruno Guimaraes and ended up on 2 bonus. He was very close to losing the bonus. So I was watching that very closely. And no DEFCON. Yeah, I don't think anyone from Newcastle got DEFCON that match because they were sort of just dominating Forest, and Forest have been bad, so it sort of makes sense. Gabriel still doing great in terms of DEFCON and snagged himself a bonus. And going on to the underperformers, Senesi, sort of disappointing. 77 minutes. It was probably the thing that upset me the most. Like, conceding to Fulham was like, okay, that can happen. But the 77, when I saw him come off, I was like, this sort of sucks. But like, and in terms of like a tactical move for Bournemouth at the time, it was great because it did really change the game for them, and they ended up, really smashing Fulham in the end of the second half.
Yeah,
but sort of sucks from an FPL
there.
perspective. Yes, he did. And I thought, I was like, why would you take off Senesi? Because like he's so good at passing, and just in build-up play in general. It's just like if even if you're going attacking, like why would you take off Senesi? But it ended up being a really great move.
I honestly don't get it from I mean, obviously he's the coach, and I'm just a fan sitting on my couch watching at home. But Senesi is better than Diakite, in my opinion, as just like a player.
100%.
But Diakite is very fast, and he can cover more space. And they're playing like a 3 at the back, and
it was like a 3
at the back. Like it was really, really attacking, which
I think they were just going sort of gung ho, and he just like wanted one guy who's like, you have to stay back, because like Senesi would try to he would try to go forward, which is why he's good, but it's like not what they needed at the moment, which was a good call, So Romero, I'm pretty sure I'm going to transfer him out. I think I'm done with all my Spurs guys, to be honest. I didn't watch the game. Kudus owners, congratulations for holding on to him, but like I offloaded him in my wild card in favor of Richarlison and other midfielders, to be honest. It wasn't that I was sort of out on Spurs at that moment when I played the wild card, but I was just like, I need to make room for these other midfielders, and Kudus had to make way. So it sort of sucks. He got his big haul now. And, Richarlison also coming off the bench. I know a lot of Spurs supporters were not happy that Richarlison didn't start. And I was also sad that he didn't start for my FPL team. So,
I mean, Tell got the goal.
But it was a jammy ass goal.
Yeah, it
was. And I heard that other than the goal, he was sort of not that good.
He wasn't. I mean, I don't know. Getting the goal was the big thing. But other than that, I don't think. I mean, Spurs just weren't that good overall. It was 2-1 is the most flattering scoreline ever for how that game went.
Yeah. Moving on to the midfield, Enzo blank, which is frustrating because he got a header off the post in that second half, which was sort of annoying, and he also had a very good cross across the face of goal in the second half as well. So I consider myself a little bit unlucky to have started. I guess like I think Enzo and Gakpo could have ended on the same score. So it just sucks that Enzo got nothing and Gakpo got his goal. So Foden was a frustrating one. I'm still happy to hold on to him for the most part, but yeah, he got like I watched the City match and he had like 5 shots in that first half, and I was like, okay, it's coming, it's coming. I don't think he got a shot at all in the second half, which is sort of annoying. But yeah, and he was sort of just fluffing some chances that I think if he was just a little bit more patient or like an informed Foden, he gets like he just absolutely scores one of those chances. So sort of annoying, but I'm okay to keep him. I think he still will outscore Rangers, and that's like the main reason why I got him. So we will see. And Semenyo, obviously, everyone you got to get Semenyo. If you don't have Semenyo, you're in trouble. And Holland getting his goal just fine. Yeah, so definitely made some selection mistakes. I did not expect Everton to turn up to Crystal Palace like that, to be honest. So that sort of just blindsided me. But going forward, I'll just maybe 5 at the back was a bit too much. Like I was trying to just be a sort of a DefCon merchant this week and sort of just scrape by because my fixtures weren't like amazing, I guess. So I was always like, as my formation will tell you, I was sort of in a defensive posture. So like coming out with the gray arrow, I'm like, okay. And I think for my transfers, I think I want to go Romero to Anderson, Joachim Anderson. I hate to copy, one of your good picks from the season so far, but I think for 4.5, he is just very good. And he's just so solid for, if, like Fulham clean sheets might be hard to come by, but like he's always getting the DEFCON, and that one match week where he also gets a clean sheet, he'll probably get some bonus, and it'll be crazy. So I'm just saving funds to move up to Voltamata in favor of Richarlison. So Voltamata looks like, well, he took a pen this past weekend because Gordon was off the pitch. That's what they're telling us, I think. But it was yeah. His pen was great too. Like at first, at first I thought he messed it up, but he just really placed it. So hopefully, maybe he's like earned his spot on pens, maybe. But ultimately, I've watched a decent amount of Newcastle and with Voltamata, and he's just like I think he just fits the style of play so good. Like just like in terms of like the pacey wingers Newcastle have, he's getting a lot of service, and he's just so freaking tall. He can get his head on the ball. I just think he's like a perfect target man for them, and he definitely does more than a traditional target man would in terms of his link up play. He's got some finesse, and he's just a decent price point as well. I'm sort of mad that I initially had him on my wildcard team, but I was sort of scared of the Arsenal fixture, which he ended up scoring in. But so now I'm sort of going back to him. I did sort of punt on Richarlison over going with Voltamata, which I am now regretting. But honestly, I think it was worth a go. And he'll probably be coming back into my team as things stand. But we will see with what happens over the international break.
Yeah. Well, Voltamata is looking like a great pick. I don't know. I was a skeptic. I think I said I didn't know if he'd be good in the Prem. And then also with Wisa getting injured, it seems like
Yes.
he's going to be out for 2 more months, and then he has AFCON after that. So
Mhm.
I think that Voltamato becomes a really good asset just off of the strength of that. The pen was sick. I mean, I don't know. He's just a fun player. Like I regret speaking down on him because he's like he makes Newcastle fun, and who could do that? Because
I mean, I mean, earlier in the season, that looked like they were like in sort of a Villa-esque position.
yeah,
I don't know. They just looked like they sort of like lacked inspiration. But I think they've like gotten a couple good results. They're definitely more confident. Like the midfield is, I mean, they do have just a fantastic midfield, and now they actually have some decent attackers. Gordon coming back into the team is helpful. And yeah, so far one of the best defenses in the league.
yeah, for real.
So they,
That's a
they might be
defense that
like
you need to.
looking
My
good
bad.
again.
Yeah,
So
that's a defense that you need to bring in Newcastle defenders if they're healthy. It's a very good defense. I do think they had I think maybe before the Arsenal game or maybe even the week before that they had 3 goals and three goals scored and 3 goals conceded. Like their games were all either like 1-0 or 0-0 draws or maybe they conceded like one. But yeah, like they look solid. I mean, I don't know. They're still 11th in the table because of all those draws. Um, but as far as the defense goes, I mean, it's all Newcastle defense. Nick Pope is the highest scoring keeper. Yeah, like they're. I want to bring in Dan Burn or maybe another guy on Newcastle's defense at some point, just because of how solid they're looking. I'll show what my squad is looking like for next week, real quick, or for after the
mhm.
international break. That is rather. It's not. I haven't made any transfers yet. Obviously, definitely want to see who gets injured, who stays healthy. I did get a little bit scared of Gabriel. I think I probably, if he had been fully healthy and not pulled during that Champions League game midweek, I might have just brought him in, and it would have been a little bit better of a game week for me. But instead, I brought in Calafiori, which I think is still solid. It seems
Yeah.
like he's super nailed for Prem games, at least. He even
Yes.
got rested in that Olympiacos game, which honestly is pretty nice. And
His
yeah, he
goal
got
threat
subbed
is
off.
still really good.
Yeah, he's a good goal threat. I mean, he got subbed off around like minute 74. But like that honestly is like a good clean sheet protector. Sometimes it'll be. I mean, that's
Yes.
like probably 20 more minutes at least for the other team to score a goal. Um, so yeah, I mean, I feel good. I think he's a top like 5 to 10 defender still in terms of points scored, and he's a route into the Arsenal defense, which is the best. Vicario is probably coming out for Raya. Uh, oh, wait, is this not updated? They played against Burnley already. Yeah, I didn't refresh. Yes, so Vicario is probably coming in for Raya. Calafiori against Fulham. Honestly, Fulham could score, but I still feel pretty good. Arsenal defense is solid. Mukiele against Wolves. I think that is maybe Sunderland's best chance for a clean sheet all season, especially considering it's at home at the Stadium of Light, where they've been amazing. Senesi versus Palace. I don't think that's a great fixture. I think they'll probably concede, and he'll hopefully get DEFCONs. But at the same time, it's a lot better than Anderson versus Arsenal and Cash versus Tottenham. I think both of those games have goals in them. Paquetá I'm bringing in, and I'm putting Minte on the bench. Similarly, just because Newcastle's defense is really good. Bruno against Liverpool. Don't feel great about it, but Liverpool have some goals conceded in them. And Bruno has been playing pretty well, despite the mispen, which is really unfortunate. I think that United, like, they have the most XG in the Prem. I feel like they're going to score. And while I can't really make a transfer to bring in someone like Asaka, I'm fine with sitting on Bruno for another week. I mean, maybe he'll get a pen. Who knows what will happen? Gakpo against United, on the other hand, I feel like he has a really good chance to score. United, well, they have I think they have the most XG, one of the top XGs conceded, and one of the top XGs scored too. So United are just it's a crazy team. Semenyo against Palace. I don't know if he's gonna blank like this. Maybe is the week because it's at Palace, but you can't bench Semenyo. I mean, he's essential. Holland versus Everton is my captain. Mateta versus Bournemouth, and then Gyökeres versus Fulham. Maybe this is the week that he hauls, but I don't know. I'm not really counting on it or expecting it because he's been so disappointing. Actually, I forgot that I have Dubravka against Leeds on the bench. I'm definitely going to make that switch right now. And honestly, might end up holding off on the Raya transfer just because I don't feel like I absolutely need him against Fulham. So, yeah, that's what my team is looking like now. Maybe I'll just roll a transfer. I'm going to see what happens during the international break. But, yeah, do you want to share your screen to look at your plans for next week?
Let's see. And we go to pick team. I think we're done with 5 at the back. I think 5 at the back is canceled.
I can't see your screen. Oh, there you go. Never mind. You're good.
Yep. Okay. I still got NDI third bench here. Will he burn me against City? Honestly, I'm sort of thinking about triple capping Holland. He's just so good at home, and I gotta use it at some point. I mean, I do want to use it on a home fixture. Maybe Leeds at home. I don't want to leave it too late, though. That's the thing. Yeah. It's just you never know when he could get hurt. Everton defense isn't horrible, but I think City and Holland are just that much better at home. So I think I'm gonna think about it. And yeah, we'll see.
What week is Leeds? That's in a little bit, right? That's probably not till November. Yeah, November 29th. All right, yeah, that is another month and a half that you have to hold on to that chip. And you're getting
it's so far away, and he's in good form now.
Yeah,
yeah,
he's in great form. Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah, so I sort of just want to strike while the iron's hot. And so yeah, just going 3 at the back. I think even if I transfer in Anderson, I think I'm still just gonna start Senesi. It's gonna be tough. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. So I don't know. I don't know if it's hard to honestly between him and Lacroix. It's sort of hard to decide. But I am not gonna bet against Semenyo. So. I think I'm just going to rock with Senesi. Hopefully he gets a header from a corner or something. And maybe they blow the clean sheet, but makes up for it in other ways. I'm happy to have both of my Chelsea assets against Forest. Man, Chelsea need to destroy Forest. Yeah, and it'll be really annoying if Ange gets his first win against Chelsea. Oh my god, I would lose my shit.
No way.
I have a reputation to uphold as an Ange. I am Ange's #1 hater, and if he gets this one over me, it'll be tough. It'll be tough. Gakpo against United. Yeah, he's the only Liverpool attacker with doing something. Watching him is annoying because he's the least technically gifted Liverpool attacker, but he just he's still I don't know, he just still gets in the right positions and is able to finish unlike others. So and yeah, I think if I make the Voltamata transfer, I'm very happy to start him against Brighton. To be honest, Brighton, the defense has just not been that good, and I don't think he'll get a haul per se, but yeah, just a goal would be nice. And honestly, I could see Spurs losing this Villa match. Just Villa, they've started to gain some type of form, or like some just some type of form. But and Spurs have just been dipping. So, and I think. Yeah, just like I think if a bounce goes Villa's way and they're able to capitalize, I think it's over for Spurs. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm just looking forward to getting rid of them, to be honest. So, but yeah, just going back to a trusty 3-4-3 for the game week after the international break.
Yeah, I mean Brighton haven't kept a clean sheet all season, so I feel like they are a fixture to target, I would say, in terms of attackers, or at least like not to feel bad about. Um, and I for you, honestly, with your team, I might even go Lacroix at home. It's a little bit risky, but I do think Palace at home are like that is a fortress. That stadium, it feels like.
Except against Everton.
No, that was at Everton though.
It was?
Yeah, that
Okay.
was Hill Dickinson, which is also a fortress. To be fair, that was actually one of the things I wanted to mention. Everton at home are like filthy, so I think this game is going to be at the Etihad. So I think it's fine to bench Njai, but yeah, Everton at the Hill Dickinson are very good. I especially after that game, we could look at the stats actually right now, just because that was one of the more impressive showings of the week. I mean, Crystal Palace were coming in 19 matches unbeaten. They were the only invincible side left in the Premier League. And Everton maybe got a little bit lucky to score in the 93rd minute.
Jammy goal.
It was, yeah, jammy. But I do think they deserved it. I mean, they were at home. They had the more XG. And yeah, honestly, the Hill Dickinson Stadium, I kind of love it. Like I didn't know after they left. Was their old stadium called Merseyside?
Goodison.
Yeah, Goodison. After they left Goodison, like Goodison always was a vibe, and Hill Dickinson's a vibe too. Like if you're from Liverpool and you choose to be an Everton fan, I know you're crazy, and they always bring great energy to the games as well. So respect, shout out to them. Danny Munoz got a goal. Sarr assist. Sarr is looking like a great asset too.
Yeah,
definitely think he's worth bringing in at some point, especially because I think Palace's fixtures moving forward are clearing up a little bit. I think they have Arsenal at some point. Yeah, Bournemouth and Arsenal. So to be fair, those two are tough. But then they have Brentford, Brighton. Like they have a lot of teams who they could score against. Wolves, United. Like this is a crazy fixture run coming up for them, and I think Sarr is going to be pretty essential starting around the start of November. So yeah, I don't think that this really says a lot about Palace. It's just a tough game. I think it says more about Everton being pretty good, especially at home. Everton also moved up into 8th in the table, which is pretty impressive, especially because I said that they were going to get relegated, or at least be in that zone.
Yeah.
Actually, no.
Points is Chelsea.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. If red cards gave you points, then it would be a huge
We'd be
gap.
cooking.
But yeah, just looking at the schedules here. Let me see. Let me click on get into the Premier League. All right, here we go. So the other games that were last week. I mean, you got to talk about this Bournemouth versus Fulham game. We already talked a bit about it. Semenyo getting 2 goals and the assist. 2 out of the 3 Bournemouth goals were absolute bangers as well. So, and even Fulham's goal was really good. Honestly, yeah, check out the highlights if you didn't see him or didn't watch the game live, because that was an awesome game. Just honestly, watching it live was just so exciting too, because Semenyo, within the span of like 15 minutes, gets a goal, 2 goals and an assist. And we were just buzzing, like texting each other, like, "Oh my god, he did it again!" Yeah, he's an awesome asset. One of my topics is that his hauls just don't hit the same now that everyone has him. I gained like 5,000 points or 5,000 rank per point that he scored or something like that. I forget exactly. It's like he is so owned, especially in the top 500, that him doing well barely gives you a rank gain now. And so that's unfortunate. But I mean, he's awesome. So fun to watch. Like, great to have in your team because he does give you points at the end of the day. Let's talk about Leeds versus Tottenham. I know you wrote in the doc that Spurs are mid, so I don't know if you want to give your thoughts on the state of Spurs.
Well, I didn't watch the game, to be honest, but I just don't. They just look unreliable from a FPL perspective. Like, yeah, like I brought in Romero and Richarlison on my wild card, thinking that like, hey, they still got some great fixtures to go, and they sort of have sucked in those fixtures. Xavi Simons owners in the mud. I'm glad I didn't go there. I don't like him outside of FPL, but now I have a reason to not like him in FPL as well. So, and yeah, it's just hard to tell what they're really doing. And we were looking at the XG in their previous matches, and they've been they've just been out XG'd every time. Not that we're eye test merchants, of course, but not that XG is the end all be all, but it's just like a bad indicator, if anything. And
It is.
Yeah, it just doesn't look like it's fun to have their players right now.
Yeah, I mean, XG does not tell the whole story, but if you're losing on XG every single game, then that's just a bad sign. And yeah, they've drawn they won against Leeds, but it was a jammy win. To be fair, it's at Leeds. It's like road games are just a different battle. But still, they didn't really deserve to win if you just look at the stats. But they played it well. They game managed. Drawing against Bozo Glimt is pretty crazy. Drawing against Wolves at home.
Well,
is
actually, I heard
crazy.
that like Bodo Glimt, they hadn't like lost a home game in like a freakishly long amount of time.
Oh,
I forgot,
interesting.
but like sort of
They shouldn't have lost this or even drew.
But
this.
there's no
they
honestly, there's no real excuse. Yeah, getting out XG'd by them is sort of crazy.
Yeah. No, I mean, and honestly, Bodo Glimt deserved to win. Like, yeah, they missed a pen, which was crazy. Spurs like cooked late. To be fair, they came on like it was 2-0 down. And they came back, but this guy Hauge is pretty awesome. This is not an FPL topic at all, but he was. I remember he was like in that original Bodo Glimt run where they made it to the Conference League final, or maybe it was the semis. He was like their best guy. He's been around the block and just came back. So yeah, he's cooking. But back to the Premier League. Yeah, I think it was. I watched the end of this game, and Leeds were full on attacking at that point, and Spurs just didn't look that good. I do love like if your Kudus has like almost every single FOT mob indicator that he could have. He just needed an own goal. I love these like FOT mob screenshots where it's like goal, assist, yellow card, subbed, man of the match.
Card.
Like just spam. Yeah, a red card would be hilarious too, and like an own goal. Yeah, that's all you need to get the full on like just full logo spamming, but still very funny. Oh yeah, City versus Everton. That's the next game. Yeah, let's look at some of these other matches from last week, though. I would say I don't even know if we really need to talk about it. This is Arsenal versus West Ham. Not very surprising. Arsenal kind of just dominated. Saka, I feel like the biggest storyline was that Saka is their pen taker. And also Odegaard getting injured with an MCL injury, which Rice got injured too. I don't know if it probably wasn't serious considering it was so late in the game. But Odegaard's injury is confirmed to be like pretty serious. So Let's see if FootMob has given him. Yeah, unknown MCL injury. This is oh my god, this is a crazy picture for him, by the way.
It's
What?
like 3 years old.
Yeah. But yeah. He got injured. I mean, I think for Eze, that means that I feel like Eze is probably going to play more. And probably they're going to rotate in guys like Marino. Zubimendi is probably guaranteed to start most games. Yeah, it'll be interesting. I mean, Odegaard has been fairly disappointing for the past couple of years, honestly, especially as an FPL asset. He's not really
Oh,
even
yeah.
in the conversation anymore.
He got that
So
big injury like a year and a half ago, and then ever since then he's just really been pretty not that good. And I know a lot of Arsenal supporters were getting annoyed with him towards the end of last season because he wouldn't shoot. People call him Pillowfoot, which is pretty funny.
that's crazy.
But yeah, it is sort of shocking. Like when that first Arsenal season, when they were really good and should have probably won the league, he was really great. I mean, oh
He
my
was
god,
cooking. Yeah.
he like 10 goals, 10 assists plus, so yeah, but he's just never been. He's not even gotten close to that good. So again, so yeah, obviously, if he's an FPL, do not avoid. But
Yeah.
but
Not an FEL
uh,
asset,
but yeah.
honestly.
Also, just honestly, even though I hate Arsenal, the downfall is pretty sad. He's going out sad. I
It
think so.
is. He's always a cool player. I mean, like a good dribbler, like just fun player. But yeah, Pillowfoot's crazy. I didn't know about that. Gyökeres played the whole game, all that green, and then he just got that 6.5. That's pretty tough. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, like conventional wisdom says that he has to start scoring at some point, but maybe he's just not that good. So
I think he just hasn't been actually getting that much. I mean, I didn't watch this match, but like his service is not like I feel like the team is not really geared towards playing towards the center.
no,
Like
not really.
like he doesn't get enough service like for what he needs to do. And he's not like a target man. I think he's just asked to do a lot, you know. So it's tough because like yeah, he just needs to get on the end of stuff. But he's like the way the team is structured. It's like it's walk formed, and it does work. When your wingers are like Saka and Eze, like who can like actually cut in and score and do good stuff. And also, I guess corners are just the main way Arsenal
Yeah,
score goals
it's just
anyway.
set piece
So
FC. Yeah,
they don't need a striker. They need Kai Havertz, okay?
they just
And
need
yeah,
all tall guys who are good at headers, and then
yeah,
a short striker who just kicks the ball off of guys and wins corners.
yeah.
Um, Gabriel Jesus coming back when?
Yeah,
Damn,
yeah.
yeah, he's out
He's
for a while.
he's making a hell of a living.
Yeah,
Sheesh.
he is. Those wages are going crazy still. United holding a clean sheet and getting a 2-0 win against the impressive Sunderland. Not this week impressive, but they've been impressive so far this season. I think to be fair, the score lines were a little bit unfair to United up until this game week. They had some tough losses. And they were just conceding a lot of goals because Bayern Deer is terrible, in my opinion. But
Yeah,
Levens comes in. He's the man of the match here. He made 3 saves, and they held a clean sheet. And Bumo, the boy who had a dream, Sheshko. Honestly, Sheshko, sneaky good FBL asset.
yeah. I mean, he's looking all right.
I
Yeah,
could talk myself into it. He's gotten like a lot of good chances already this season. And I think like let's look at his stats. I think he has like pretty 1.5, 1.6. This is like the same XG as Voltabata. One less goal, but I don't know. He's not on pens, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, and like I don't know, he's still kind of getting phased into the squad. It feels like, but I don't know. Like I said, United, they're not in any. They don't have any competitions other than the Premier League until December. So if they're gonna get it right, then they could be really good. But who knows? Amarim is still their coach. So wow, Bertrand Traore is on Sunderland. I did not realize.
I know,
that.
right? Yeah,
That's a
when I was
random
watching the
pull.
game, I was like, "Oh my god, Chelsea legend!"
Yeah, for real. Wow, Adlerite 5 DEFCONs. That's kind of crazy. I think he had gotten DEFCONs almost every game so far. Mukiele smashing that 12. Shout out. Okay, Chelsea versus Liverpool. I did not
The
watch
big
this
one.
one.
Well, I think the story of the match was that an average Chelsea beat a worse Liverpool, really. It was pretty interesting how Chelsea had to approach this match because we have so many injuries now and Trev is out. Gusto was center defensive mid, as FootMob shows, and that I thought he was going to start at right back because Reese is just better being holding midfielder.
Yeah, that's
But
interesting,
like
actually.
Gusto, yeah, I mean honestly, Maresca sort of cooked because Gusto did pretty well just to like occupy the half spaces. Like I feel like he was just like marshaling the space pretty well. Like he didn't need to do much in terms of like tackling or he was still frustrating in the final third like he usually is, but he was just like I feel like just like being annoying to Liverpool. Like he was like honestly just like always like getting a foot in and at times he was I don't think he was trying to like mark McAllister out of the game. But like when McAllister would try to go forward, Gusto was like on him and like not letting him breathe. Not that McAllister had a great match. Honestly, he looked really bad. Like to be honest, like he was misplacing passes like crazy, and the whole midfield was sort of dysfunctional. But in the first half, Caicedo gets his a banger of a goal. We love to see it. He's he's my favorite player. I love him so much, and just as a Chelsea supporter, I've been blessed with so many great center defensive midfielders in my time. He's next. He is now, and his goal was great. And honestly, for the first time at the end of this match, he looked tired. This is the only time I think I've ever seen him tired.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, he played super hard and it was great as he usually is, other than the goal, like putting in tackles and such. So, second half was more interesting. Liverpool brought on Verts, who almost got a crazy assist. And it would have been a Chelsea charity FC moment because Vert's like I don't know if you saw the highlights, but like he did this crazy roulette back heel pass. Like it was honestly a really good pass, and it went to Salah, who should have scored. Salah again, really bad. Like seriously, he only had 2 shots, but the type of chances those were like
This is
he
actually
scores
crazy.
both of them.
He had the least touches of any player in the match.
Yeah, I'm sort of surprised he had the most chances created. But
yeah, 4 is I don't know. 4 is actually pretty good, but it's not like that's that crazy XG coming from it.
Yeah. But those 2 shots he had, like I feel like last season he just scores both of them. That one he was cutting inside, he just balloons it. Like he balloons that one, which is crazy.
They weren't even on goal. Neither was on goal. It's crazy.
Yeah. So I was just like, he looked really out of it. But yeah, obviously Gakpo gets his goal. Eventually, Isaac did pretty well to take down the cross from Szoboszlai. And yeah, but Chelsea just had a really easy time going down the wings against Liverpool. Garnacho had a pretty good game. Probably his best game so far in a Chelsea shirt. And when Gittins and Estevao came on, they were just running riot. Like, and it was crazy because honestly, from what I don't mean to give up on the guy too soon, but Gittins has been very underwhelming so far. But this was definitely his best cameo so far. His shot was pretty good, forced a save, and Estevao, of course, gets the stoppage time goal, which was so well deserved. And yeah, as a Chelsea fan, you just love to see it. If he starts more, he'd be sick to own an FPL. But
He's
it's
so
tough.
good. But that's also the Maresca rotation is undefeated. Like it's really hard to pick. He's he's spinning a wheel and just like closing his eyes and pointing at a guy, and that's who starts in any given game. So especially once Palmer comes back too. Liverpool have a fullback problem. Like honestly,
absolutely, 100%.
This is crazy. Kirkus has been really disappointing, honestly, and he keeps on getting hooked early in games. Whether it's Bradley, Frimpong, I mean, Soboslai is probably their best right back, but you don't want him playing that far back. So,
well, yeah,
it's a real problem.
I listened into some of the Liverpool supporter reaction, as you do after a big win.
Yes, you got to take it all in.
Yeah, and they were pretty upset that. Well, yeah, they were saying the same thing. It's just like, why is the fullback situation so bad?
Yeah, it's just like a lot of their spending this summer.
A lot of them want to see like. It's obvious that Slot doesn't have too much confidence in Kirkes right now. So why don't you start Robertson in this game?
Yeah,
even though like we know he's like declining in quality, like he could still be trusted in this system. And Bradley, just like, why aren't you bringing on Frimpong for Bradley, especially when Salah is struggling this much?
Yeah,
because Frimpong could overlap. It is like you are sacrificing a bit on the defensive end, but it's just like, they needed a goal. And actually one of the most baffling moments of the match was when Slot brought on Endo instead of Chiesa.
Yeah,
everyone is mad about that.
Yeah, he hates Chiesa so much.
But it's just like, you need a goal. Like it's just like, why? Like Endo's the guy. He's like the John Obi Mikel of Liverpool
he's like
FC.
The human champagne bottle. Like he's like the Pellegrini. You put him in at the end of games to see the game out, but like that's crazy. This is also wild. I don't even know some of these guys on Chelsea's bench. Landon Emenalo. This guy 17.
Emenalo, yeah. Well, I think
Chelsea
he's the
Academy.
son of the former sporting director. There's Emenalo, who was high up in Chelsea under
shout out
Roman. But
I mean, I think Frimpong is not very good, honestly. I feel like he was like a Xabi Alonso merchant.
Me neither. But like when you see Salah struggling this much, it's just like I think he just needs an overlap, someone to overlap. Like, and Bradley wasn't doing it.
Yeah, Bradley could overlap,
could do it.
But yeah.
I mean, Bradley just hasn't looked that good as of late.
No,
I mean, like
he's not that comfortable playing. Like, I don't know. He always looks a little awkward out there. And defensively, I just don't think he's the best.
When Trent was hurt under Klopp, he looked great. I was like, oh God, here comes the next, Liverpool Academy kid who's gonna rock. And
he was crazy.
I think he's had a couple injuries.
I think against Mbappe, he had like a crazy performance against Mbappe and Real that one time. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I feel like Frimpong, I remember it was last year or 2 years ago. Well, first off, City had a buyback option that they just like refused. Every summer it would come up and they would just be like, nah, because Frimpong is the City Academy product technically.
So Pep would hate him, I think. Yeah.
No, he's not a Pep player at all. Like that.
Yeah.
That doesn't. I don't think that says too much. But at the same time, we don't really have a right back right now, and like I feel like on paper you would think, especially considering I don't know if you saw this when I was looking at it earlier. He's valued at 70 million, which I think is absurd.
Yeah.
There's no way.
It's a bit much.
But like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like on paper he's probably better than like what's his name, Mateus Nunes and like Rico Lewis. Like he should be a better. If you're 70 mil, like as a right back, you should be better than two guys who it's not really their natural position.
Well, I think when
also,
AFCON comes around, though, I think Frimpong will be starting right wing.
Yes, if he's a right winger, that would be interesting. That would, but like also, I don't know. They could have played him at right wing this game for like an attacking thing and try to move Salah a little bit more centrally. And we'll see. I mean, yeah, he probably will be good for AFCON. Also, last summer, I remember like Leverkusen were like sort of begging to get rid of him, and his price tag was pretty cheap. They were saying it was like 30 mil, and like no one went for him. So I don't know.
He'll never beat the package deal allegations.
Yeah.
You know, like it's like you
Kwanzaa,
bought first, now you have to buy Frimpong.
Yeah, and give us and we'll take Kwanzaa, who sucks. But
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I mean that was the Ten Hag purchase, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That the amount of money that they gave up for Kwanzaa also was crazy. There's something. There's like 30
that was
mil
fishy.
for him. Yeah,
I think it was 40.
That's so crazy. Yeah, that was
That's
like
fishy.
a secret Verts
It was a money laundering scheme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, oh yeah, the other thing, I mean, this is not really that crazy, but Gusto, if he was a midfielder in FPL, he would have gotten DEFCONs. That's kind of cool. He had 9 ball recoveries, which is kind of crazy. I mean, Villa versus Burnley, I feel like we don't need to talk about this one too much either. I didn't actually watch it, but not getting the clean sheet's a little bit annoying. Daniel Malen scoring a brace is kind of crazy. He had barely played this season for them, so that's kind of cool. Ollie Watkins continues to be a very disappointing FPL asset. I think that was Morgan Rogers' first return of the season as well.
I think so too.
Yeah, just I don't know. Bringing in Matty Cash was a mistake, and it probably that was also a late night drinking and FPLing move. So regrettable. We already talked about Everton Crystal Palace. I will say I was really close to bringing in either Pope or Burn this game week. And I chose not to because I still have a little bit of Ange believer in me. Maybe. I don't even know.
You have to root that out. You have to kill it.
I thought they would at least score. I thought Forest would at least get a goal. But they didn't even come close. They had 5 shots total.
No, I watched the second half of this. Yeah, Newcastle were just dominating. Forest did not have a sniff.
They're really bad. I mean, I don't know how much to blame it on Ange because he got put into such a crazy decision being brought in. 0% points per game, though. That's crazy. 0.3 points per game. I don't even know who this guy Cunha is. Oh, Jair Cunha. Actually, I have heard of him.
Jair Bolsonaro Cunha.
Yeah. They brought in, also, I don't know, there's, it's not money laundering because I think these are good players, but they somehow, Forest will bring in, the randomest Brazilian Serie A players for their team, Igor Jesus, or whatever his name is, Igor Julio. I forget what his name is, actually, but Igor Jesus. Just a super random striker who was, he was pretty good for Botafogo in the Club World Cup, I remember, to be fair. But so random. I mean, I don't know what's going on. It's a crazy owner. Maybe Ange is bad. I hope Taiwo Awoniyi is okay. I don't know. Oh, yeah, I guess he has played this season. I just remember he ran into the post last year and had internal
almost
bleeding.
Died. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Okay. Wolves getting another point. It was off of an own goal by Brighton, and Brighton also have failed to keep a clean sheet. So I guess maybe Wolves scoring was kind of inevitable. I mean, both of these teams I feel like are pretty unpredictable. I guess you could predict Wolves being bad at this point. They seem like they're maybe the worst team in the Premier League. But I do feel like they have like a couple goals in them now at this point, even though the XG is super low.
Yeah.
Brighton, I feel like, are going to score and concede at least one goal every single game. That's how I feel about them right now. They're going to score or concede at least one, and probably concede more than they score or equal to it. But they're just an interesting team. I don't think I said last week. I mean, I contradicted myself. I brought in Minte. I don't think that their attack is that bad to target. I think Minte is pretty nailed. I also think Gruda is fairly well. That's tough because he got brought off 70, and I'm sure. Oh, is Mitoma's injured? Interesting. Okay. I think Gruda's really good. If Gruda is ever nailed, I think he's an awesome asset. And while Minte, I think, continues to be nailed, I think he's a very good asset too.
Gomez got those crazy 4 goals in the cup game.
Oh yeah. Now
so he might be sort of like, it's weird because last season I saw him at DM all the time, but Hutzula loves to play like a midfielder at striker, so it's just like
he really does.
Converting him into an attacking mid, I guess. So it's like
also De Kuiper. Oh, I think at one point he was credited with an assist. I don't know when was the goal scored.
Well, he got the goal against Chelsea.
Maybe that was it. I think maybe they gave him the assist at first for the Van Hecke goal, or maybe there was a goal that got ruled out that he scored. Who knows?
Yeah, like Pereira got the manager of Wolves got sent off for some freaking
straight
reason.
red. I don't know what it was.
I don't even know what happened.
Yeah, the straight red for him is crazy though. I want to know too because. Like, you never see a coach getting a straight red. Usually it's 2 yellows.
It's usually a yellow and a red. I think if you go to the commentary, it might say...
It could. He's like, please fire me. I don't want to coach this team anymore.
Bro's not getting fired.
Let's see. Their first lead at halftime since April under Vitor Pereira. That's crazy. Now it doesn't say what his red was.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Well, I don't know. That he's such a random. Like even when they brought him in as a manager, that was so random. He coached like in China and in Saudi and in Brazil and Turkey.
Okay, he kicked a ball into the dugout, housing broadcasters. How could he? How could he? The lowest crime.
Straight red for that is crazy, I will say.
I know.
Oh, he coached Porto? He's the head coach of Porto? Oh, Santa Clara. All right. How about that? I don't know if we've talked about that in the pod, but we are Santa Clara fans. Tough game this week is the 90th minute, or no, not 90th, but 78th minute. The fake Samu. Not the Ahegao or whatever. The guy that... what's his name again? Samu, the guy who like nearly went to I was like Ahagawa. I like this guy. He's sick. But yeah, not a Chelsea player. He could have been better. Was that who did they bring in instead of him? I'm trying to remember now.
Yeah,
was that Nicholas Jackson? No, that was after Nicholas Jackson. Last summer, they had like an offer to bring him in, and Fabrizio even gave a "here we go," and then it didn't end up happening.
Yeah, he didn't end up like agreeing.
It was going to be a swap for Felix.
Honestly, it's not looking so good.
Yeah.
But honestly, at the time, I was sort of just like, I don't know anything about I didn't want like another young player like that. To be honest, I was like, I'm sort of not, like, I wasn't thrilled about Felix either, but I was just like, I think I'll honestly. At the time, I was sort of just like, I guess we'll try again with Felix.
Yeah.
Whatever, I
Right.
was
That didn't
so,
work
and
out so
I
well.
think it fell through because he wouldn't like agree to. It's like something about like his advertising or rights or
That is
whatever. It was
interesting.
like, and
Oh,
that's like
Newcastle
that's
tried to
whatever.
go for him this summer, apparently.
Just
Who didn't they?
yeah.
Well, he's good. I do remember he was like, they're like Fabrizio propaganda players. A lot of them, like, I'm not saying, not like Greenwood or like the Anthony, those type of propaganda players. Those are Fabrizio loves those guys
It's
for
just
some reason.
the agents use him like
Um,
crazy. Yeah.
yeah, but I remember Ahigawa. Fabrizio was gassing him up like crazy, and he turns out he actually is just really good. But I always feel like I have a little bit of skepticism when Fabrizio is like, "This guy's amazing." Like another goal scored. Like whenever Fabrizio starts posting about someone scoring goals, that's when you know that they're absolutely cooked, or he's cooked, or he's getting paid, or whatever it is. But yeah, yeah, I don't know. Go watch the HIT video, HIT7's video about Fabrizio if you don't know what we're referring to. It's a banger video. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't really have. I think that's it for like the topics and stuff. Yeah. Actually, I do want to talk about one other thing. The template. I do feel like there is a template now. Yeah, actually, we could look at like the top. I'll share my other screen, and we could talk about what the template is starting to be. Well, first off, I think everyone has Dubravka as their backup keeper. I feel like that is quite a template. I know there's like one other, like Roofs from Sunderland and Pope. I guess if you have them both, then they have only home fixtures for the rest of the season, and those are both. Yeah, like it alternates, obviously, but you'll have one with a home fixture for the rest of the season every single match week, and they're both nasty at home. Like Newcastle and Sunderland have two of the crazy. Like Newcastle, I think. Well, no, Arsenal scored 2 against them at home. Other than that, I don't think they've allowed a goal at St. James's Park. And Sunderland similarly have a crazy goal record at the Stadium of Light. Like they're a fortress over there. So I think that's an option. But no, I do think Dubravka and then probably one of Pope or Raya are the template keepers for now. I guess Roofs being 4.6 now, especially, that's a little tough. Plus, I think Sunderland have it feels like Sunderland have overperformed so far, and I think that he will start to get less clean sheets, and some of those saves will turn into goals. But that's just sort of based on last year and them. Like they didn't have really that good of a defense even in the championship. So it's a little bit surprising, but still good for them. I mean, I don't know. If you have him as a backup to Pope and you're just playing him at home games, I still think that's pretty good. As far as defenders go, definitely Gabriel. Definitely Senesi.
One of Newcastle or Palace.
A Newcastle defender. Dan Burn being the main one. Sucks that Livermento's injured because I would have loved to bring him in as a differential, but he's going to be out for a while. Honestly, maybe Lewis Hall could be no. Lewis Hall didn't start. I think Cher or Botman could be
actually. What's his name? Thiaw.
Yeah, Thiaw. Yeah, Thiaw, the Newcastle guy. He scores a lot of own goals. That scares me. We have a friend who's a
Milan.
Milan fan, and he says that Tia has a problem with own goals. So that scares
Crazy.
me as far as like for someone to
That's a
score that
defender
many,
pick.
where you have a
A problem.
reputation for it. Has he
Yeah.
scored? Maybe if he has one already, that'd be funny. I don't think he has one. Yeah, none yet. So maybe he's due for one. But no, yeah, I think Tia's a good option. I think he started last game, right? Yeah, he played. He
He's been
started and
starting.
played 90 the past two, and then he played like a late sub for that.
I think
Bournemouth
Char's been
game.
injured because it's been Botman and
Yeah, Botman and Tia, and then
yeah.
Byrne at left back. Yeah, Cher has been injured the past 3 games. It looks like. So yeah, all right. I think really, it's Byrne is like the safest one to bring in. There's a bit of a rotation risk. And then for 4 mil or 4.1 mil, I would say it's Sunderland defenders for sure. Whether it's Alderete or I
Mookie.
think still underrated Mukiele. I do think that City defense is a really nice differential right now.
Yes.
Their past really since bringing in Donnarumma, our defense has looked really good. Most of the goals that we've conceded have been pretty unlucky. I mean, Guardiola, he's 5.8. That's like the same price as some Arsenal guys, and honestly, he has like, well, maybe not more attacking threat, but like he got an assist. Like he has attacking potential similar to Arsenal, and could be a really good differential. I think, yeah, Ruben Diaz also, I think he's like for 5.5, I just think that that's a nice option. I don't think that he is that much of an attacking threat, but oh yeah, he's only gotten DEFCONs once too. Maybe not that good of an asset, honestly. But clean
I guess if you're just going for clean sheets, he's okay for the price. Yeah,
for sure. Anyway, yeah, I think we mentioned Palace defense. That's definitely looking pretty essential right now. I think those are the main ones. Keane, especially for being on I don't think he really has many clean sheets, but he gets DEFCONs. I didn't realize he is flagged.
yeah, he got DEFCONs in the first half.
Keane, I was not talking about. Tarkovsky is the one who I was thinking of. Yeah, Keane, I don't know.
But Keane did get the DEFCON threshold in the first half.
Yeah,
but then didn't have any for like the rest of the match. Also, he's just like really good from corners for some reason. I don't know.
Yes,
like
he has a banger in him too. He can rip long shots. He scored several really like absolute bangers. Yeah. So
don't forget Daichi made him. Daichi made him the man he is. Okay.
Him and Tarkovsky, honestly.
Yep.
And like actually a lot of the best defenders there are. So, Caicedo being the number 2 midfielder, wild stuff.
That won't last, unfortunately.
I don't think so either. Yeah, I think.
Or he's the Douglas Luiz of this season.
Yeah, except he doesn't even.
You're like, he'll stop scoring.
But Douglas Luiz is taking pens.
Yeah, but every time Caicedo shoots, it's a banger. So I don't know.
Yeah,
it's like
he's so good at shooting that any shot for him is like a pen. No, honestly, I think there was this conversation. It was about Caicedo. Honestly, Rice is in this conversation. Cullen, Gravenberch, Garner even too. I forget where I saw this. It might have been on like the FPL subreddit. Someone was like debating between bringing a lot of these guys in. I don't think Caicedo's bad, especially because he's very cheap. But I do think that like it's really unlikely that these guys will be some of the best FPL assets all season, just because they get DEFCONs, which is awesome. That's part of why their score is so high. But the goals that they're scoring are on like, I hate to bring up another stat and being XG merchants, I feel like this episode, but they do take very low XG shots, and like Caicedo just happens to have scored a bunch of bangers. And that is what he does, to be fair. But like someone who just scores bangers is always going to be a little bit tougher to get points versus someone who's on pens or just like gets tap-ins and is in more direct attacking positions. So I don't think Caicedo's a bad asset. Honestly, I think if you want to bring him in for like an Elliot Anderson or something like that, just as like a really short DEFCON midfielder, because I think he is top 2, maybe even for DEFCON midfielders. I'd say go for it, but I wouldn't expect him to hold this spot. Enzo is looking like a really good asset, I've got to say.
As long as Palmer is out, Enzo is great.
Yes, that is
like
true.
When Palmer comes back, it'll be a little bit more tough. But yeah, he was really unlucky not to get a return against Liverpool, and
Yes,
he's probably on pens. He's just
probably on pens.
and like
he's gotten
he's just
DEFCONs
been
before.
When he's not in the pivot and is able to crash the box, he's like legitimately dangerous. Like he'll get a goal or assist pretty reliably, I think.
I will say, like, his XGI. Oh, this is per game. He's gotten 4.3 XGI for the whole season. It's really good, honestly. And yeah, he's gotten returns in 3 games. And then he got DEFCONs, one of the ones where he didn't get a return. I do think that Jaden Anthony is also like a pretty solid. I guess he's gotten hooked early, or he did get hooked early this week.
Some decent fixtures coming up.
Yeah, the fixtures are pretty good, other than Arsenal. But yeah, I mean, maybe he's purple patch. But like, I've been impressed. I watched him in a couple of games. Kudus, I don't know how to feel. He's only returned in 3 games. The Brighton one was a super jammy. Or yeah, he got 2 assists. Both were pretty jammy, if I recall correctly. He only has like just slightly or 2.5, I guess, expected goal involvements throughout the entire season. So he, like his team, is outperforming. Their fixtures aren't bad. They also I feel like their best fixtures are behind them, maybe other than this United game.
Yeah. No, I think their fixtures have sort of dried up, and yeah. Like Kudus, I mean, he's for his price, he's not bad. Like he's like
6.7.
And he gets minutes. In terms of like Spurs attackers, he's probably the most nailed.
Yeah, and honestly the best probably, at least so far. But I will say, at that same price, especially with fixtures moving forward, even though City next week is not ideal, definitely would rather have Njai and definitely would rather have Sarr.
Yes.
I think Sarr is a monster, and that 6.5 price tag for him, he's returned in almost every game he's played it. That's crazy.
Yeah. I'd start him against any team. Really.
Yeah, honestly,
it's like
I might bring him in this week. Shoot, like that's crazy. I would rather he might be better than Bruno at this point. Honestly, he probably is better than Bruno. But yeah, I feel like those. Yeah, so like I would say for there isn't really a template in the midfield, which I think is what's making it fun. But I do feel like the Semenyo is definitely a template, and then I think can't go wrong with Enzo. I think Kudus probably is fine, but I wouldn't bring him in right now. I would definitely bring in Njai. I would number 1 to bring in if we were ranking it would be Sarr. Definitely bring him in. I still think Gakpo is a really good option. He is Liverpool's most dangerous seeming attacker right now.
Yep.
I'm biased because I just brought him in, but Minte has returned in 3 games, and he really should have. Wait, he scored against City, right? Or no, he got DEFCONs against City. That's crazy. He should have scored against City too. I remember there was a pen shout, there was a couple good chances, then he just missed. Paquetá interesting with Nuno coming in. I have him in my team, and I'm not thinking of getting rid of him just because I want to wait and see with him. Wow, yeah, Bruno's really low.
Honestly, I would bin Bruno. Okay, I'm a Bruno hater, so
I might be talking myself into Sarr for Bruno, and then get 2.5 mil extra just to I could bring in Dan Burn
Yeah, get a
and
good freaking defender.
Raya. Yeah, I only have one free transfer, so I don't think it's gonna be right now. But dude. I mean, it's Liverpool, Brighton. Okay, well, Brighton and Forest, I think are actually pretty good fixtures.
This is the Bruno trap. You're like,
Yeah, this is a
oh, but
trap.
he's got good fixtures. He's bad. He's bad. It doesn't matter. He's bad.
He's just bad. Bruno Desar. Yeah, honestly, yeah, I think Bruno Desar might be the move. I really like, and I don't even care. Bruno, like, Desar versus Arsenal. He scored against Liverpool. He scored and got he got a goal and 3 bonus against Liverpool.
You play him. You just play him.
Yeah, you just set him and forget him. But yeah, interesting. Okay. Oh yeah, let's look at forwards. I think that forwards there is maybe one template player, and then
Well, I
is he
mean,
scoring
Pedro and
almost
Holland, I
double
guess.
points?
But, yeah.
Pedro has been bad, low key. If you look at his
I
stats,
mean, yeah, like he's also been
Like-
run ragged recently, so yeah.
he hasn't even gotten like a 500ths, like
Yeah.
1/20th of a goal involvement.
Yeah.
In across the past 3 games, he has less than 1/10.
Yeah, like
so-
I mean, yeah, he's also just I think he's just the past couple of matches he's just been tired. Ever
Yeah.
since the last international break, he's been
it
tired.
is true.
Like
Well-
he was not supposed to be playing when he
Yeah,
came
he
back
was not.
because he had to play in Bolivia.
Yep.
Then he got started, and then he needed a rest. So I sort of expected a downturn in the form, but the fixtures are getting actually
good.
really good for Chelsea. Yeah,
They're
so
good.
it's
Yeah,
like
I
think
wouldn't
it'll.
sell him.
Yeah,
I wouldn't sell him.
I'm not
for sure.
selling.
I mean, he has another international break where he's probably going to play a lot, but I still wouldn't sell him. I think Bowen is legitimately a great asset right now. He's the third highest scoring forward. I think under Nuno, he's going to cook. He's dropped in price 3 times already, so he's now 7.7 mil, which I think is
That's actually a good
pretty
price.
good price to get him at.
Market,
I
the
would,
invisible
yeah,
hand.
like I mean, and his fixtures are really good. Like Brentford ship goals, Leeds at home. They don't allow that many goals, but it still leads. Newcastle away, okay, like they're clean sheet merchants, especially away, which is crazy. But I mean, you could see him scoring there, and then Burnley at home. That's the best fixture there is right now. The fixtures get hard after that, but yeah, I think Bowen's really good. I think Igor Thiago is really good. I think Voltemata is really good. He's returned in 3 of his 4 games so far. And yeah, I would say keep an eye out for Šeško. I would say honestly, these 3 games don't really count because they were like really late cameos. In his starts, he's returned in 2 out of 3. So yeah, I think he's a really interesting option to think about too. 7.3, not so bad. I mean, less than Voltemata, more than Voltemata rather. So I would definitely go Voltemata over Šeško, but just an interesting one to consider. But yeah, I would fade. I think Ekatike is now going to be a tough asset just because of Isak, and I think that Isidior, there's just too many other forwards on that squad right now. Richarlison, crazy. I mean, he's only returned in 2 games. It's crazy that he's still a top 6 forward. I still think he's a decent option, but I would definitely bring in Voltemata over him.
I mean, yeah, his minutes are just that's what's sort of annoying.
It's a risk. It's definitely a risk.
I knew it was always going to be a
Especially,
risk, but yeah, it's just now it's looking. Now I just don't trust Frank. I thought he would play this match at least because but
yeah, I know. And now Kolo Muani's going to be coming in after the international break too, so it's tough. It's just too many guys up there. I feel like even like Kudus can play striker, Simons can play striker, Brennan Johnson has played striker. Like, yeah, there's just too many guys. And Frank is the Frank rotation. They're rotating Franks. They've got what's it called? A rotisserie cooker with the glizzies. The Frank rotation.
Frank rotation.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's it. I feel like that was good. We've gotten some good segments at the end of episodes going through like some trends in FPL. I feel like, if you listen to the pod, you got to stay tuned for the ends of the episodes. That's when we're really dropping the gems.
That's what we're actually cooking. Yeah.
But that is like a soundbite at the start of the episode. Like, clickbait. Stay tuned to the end of the episode for some gems. But yeah, I guess while I'm doing shameless plugs, I mean, we've got TikTok, we've got Instagram, we've got YouTube, we've got Spotify, anywhere where you get your short form content. I think we need to get a Red Note account, honestly. That's when we would really be cooking. That's like the Chinese state-owned, like the real state-owned TikTok. But
it's got to be better than ours.
It is, yeah. Yes. Apparently, they know ball on there too. At least basketball. People went on there and were like they love Peyton Pritchard on Red Note. Apparently, so yeah, that's awesome. But yeah, we're Utter Bloke Nonsense wherever you get your content. Not Apple Music, but everywhere else. But yeah. Thank you for listening. And Daichi, play us out.
Title fight? Get in there! Get in there! You beauty! Come on, you! Love that from you. I didn't say it. No headlines. I did not say we're in a title fight. The media said that we were in a title fight.